Gotta keep that butt. Rubber side down.
You right there, ladies and gents. I'm out on my new KTM 390 Duke. Just going for my first real spin on it. It was pissing it down when I picked it up on Friday, and yeah, I didn't want to go anywhere then. It's just rain now as well, so the roads are a little bit hit and miss as to whether they're dry or not, but it's what it is. I just want to try and get used to how the bike handles, what it feels like, and things and stuff and what have you. A couple of points I've noticed so far that I dislike. I'm not too keen on the foot lever positions. They seem a little bit low. I'm sure that's something I can adjust. Actually, the right one is not too bad because I've got a duff ankle, so I can't actually bend my ankle up as high as I can on my left side. So it being lower is not a hindrance on that side of things, but the gear lever is not in a natural position for me. It might be just that I've got used to how the Guzzi is, so I'm going to see if I get used to it before I fiddle with anything. I'm not a fan of where the indicator switch is. Down here it's fine, I mean I can find it to push it on and turn it off and stuff, but it's an uncomfortable position. I haven't got man hands, I've got little girl hands, and I find it's a bit of a stretch because the switch gear is quite chunky. It's possibly something I can do by adjusting the angle of it maybe, but I don't know how much play is going to be rolling that around the bar there, because normally there's a pin that pokes into the bar which kind of restricts its position, but there might be a little bit of play in it just to move it slightly more comfortably or something. We shall see on that one as well. I might also get used to it. Something that is nice, it does, for a budget bike, it does come with adjustable levers. Not hugely adjustable, but adjustable nonetheless, and that's a nice little touch. I'm not too keen on this bulky dash. I'd much rather it was the size of the screen, if you see what I mean. I think on the 1290 it's more expensive and it fits better and it's a nicer quality product, but it's lovely to see this sort of technology in on these bikes. It'd be interesting to see what else comes in that cars have had for a while or what have you, and PCs. I mean, like, PCs are changing the way we view things, so anything else that has a display will gradually catch on with what the PCs are doing. Will we have curved screens in the future? Who knows. It'd be nice to have it fully customizable, but again, it's a budget bike, so I can't really see that ever being something that happens. And it's not really the end of the world, so it's not something I really care about. The riding position is pretty comfortable on it. The bars are a little low for my liking, but again, that might be just because I'm used to the Guzzi. I do find the twist on them a little bit weird. I find they're too high up at the back here, so my wrists are kind of going like this, which is a little uncomfortable. And again, I might be able to adjust that by just adjusting the bolts there and moving the bar back a little bit, which will just take that angle off. So that's not really the end of the world. I don't like the mirrors. They're big and ugly. That's about all you can say about them, really. What does it feel like to ride? It's nice. It's very flickable. Slow speed manoeuvres, I'm still finding my feet with it because I just don't know what the tyres can do, and I'm not used to having a bike that's so light. See, I'm turning in too early. On the Guzzi it's a bit slower to turn, so you just sort of lean it and it meanders into the corner. Whereas this, it's almost trying to do the corner before you've got to it, and that's just going to take a little bit of getting used to. The brakes aren't amazing, they work, but they're not amazing. And again, I think that's a confidence thing as well. I'm not wanting to yank on the lever, although this has ABS. I'm not wanting to yank on the lever and test all the tyres just yet until I've gotten more used to the bike, especially not when the ground is hit and miss whether it's going to be wet or dry. Although around here it looks like the rain has not got here yet, so I'm probably going to get wet again on the way home, but we shall see. My last video was a bit of a fail with the drone effort of doing a fly around it. I will get better at that sort of stuff. That was only my second ever flight of the drone, so yeah, I'm not very good at it. And I will try harder for future ones. I'm going to put aside some time, I think, to get some practice in on it. But yes, that's different stuff really, and only an addition to my motovlogs rather than something that's going to take them over, even with my Hippo-Drones name. Honestly, that was never an intentional thing for my channel to become a drone channel, but we shall see how it all pans out in the future. You never know, do you? I started off with YouTube doing airsoft stuff and then PC gaming, and now motovlogs and another little how-to videos and stuff. At this sort of pace, this bike is really natural feeling. It does what you want it to do, and it's a delight actually. It really is. It's very pleasurable. When it's running, it'll be interesting to see what it feels like having a bit more revs available and being able to give it full stick. You see, lots of people have criticised for being quite hard. I'm okay in it at the moment, to be honest. It's just about right. I think around town it would be a bit hard, but out on the road it's okay. As you can tell by the way I'm going around these corners, I'm really not quite used to how the bike handles, and I'm turning in on all the wrong lines. I really can't wait to get the accessories on the bike. I said in the last video I've got a can and decat, some bobbins, but they're just really so I can do the chain lubing and stuff like that. Something I'm going to have to get my head around again, as the Guzzi is shaft drive. I'm still yet to work out whether the rear brake actually does anything or not. It doesn't feel like it does. I don't know whether that's just because it's linked brakes or whatever. I mean, it's ABS, so it's not linked brakes. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel very strong. Maybe if I put it into Supermoto mode or whatever they call it, the rear brake will feel like it does a little bit more. The clutch is really light. I guess it would be really on a bike that doesn't weigh very much, and it's really nice compared to the Guzzi to be able to select a gear and then be able to select neutral afterwards when you want to park up without having to turn the engine off just to get it into neutral. Really need to look at that. One thing I have noticed, and I'm not sure whether it's the bike or whether it's the me, I've just shaved my beard off, and I think that used to muffle out a whole load of noise, because underneath the helmet there was beard, and it possibly stopped a lot of draft coming in. But also, I mean, like, you've got this face of the clock here, and that might be forcing wind up underneath my crash helmet, which is making things a little bit more noisy. I mean, I'm only doing 60 miles an hour at the moment, and it really feels like it's blowing a gale out there. And although it's not brilliant weather, says Pete looking at blue sky, it's not blowing a gale. So it's either the lack of facial hair that's added to the noise, or just that little scoop there. It's only a couple of inches, but apparently a couple of inches make all the difference. That's something I've noticed with this. So you've got the higher bars, same with the Guzzi, higher bars. It makes your hands so much, or your wrists rather, so much less tired when riding, and the slower speed stuff is so much more comfortable because you just don't have all your body weight on your wrists. Anyhow, this is my first sort of proper ride on the bike. A few initial impressions of it, and I'm really looking forward to being able to stretch its legs, like I said, and find out what it's like to live with as a almost daily commuter bike. Time will tell whether quality of the bike is going to withhold the abuse, but I can't imagine it'll have any problems, but you never know, do you? Anyhow, thanks for watching, and if you enjoy my videos, subscribe and give the ones you like a thumbs up and the ones you don't a thumbs down, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.
Keep the bar from side down. You know, you gotta keep that bike rubber side down.